Hey, what's up everybody? It's Vids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we had an absolutely amazing run. The best we've ever had by a humongous margin. If you did not check it out, you absolutely should, because, well, if I tried to list everything, I'd forget a bunch of stuff, but it was 3 new bosses, 2 new zones, and a whole bunch of upgrades, because we got a bunch of resources from that run. So, as for what we have planned for this one, I don't think we have access to the weapon that gives us the bonus resources this time round, so maybe we'll switch back to this.
Discura, the witch's staff. With me, my friend.
And I think we'll take...
The spade.
No, not the spade. Let's take this instead. The pickaxe, because I think that is going to be the primary thing we need to unlock more of these tools and more of these weapons, which, at least until we've gotten them all, is probably something we should prioritize. So let's head back down.
I go.
We learned a whole bunch of stuff. I am not exactly sure that we're going to be able to... Oh?
I'm back.
Wait, it's Hermes! We've heard a whole bunch about him, but we've not yet seen him. He's been up to some stuff, apparently.
How's things? You good? I'm good, mostly. And good to see your task is underway, but change of plan, though it's a lot to ask. Up for a visit to Olympus sometime soon?
Wait. So we've been going down this whole time, but there does appear to be another direction we can go in, which I assume is upward. So we've been going down toward Tartarus, which we now know is the potential final destination, but is the other direction toward Olympus, and maybe Hermes is the key to accessing that route?
Lord Hermes, just a moment. What do you mean, Olympus? My task is to stop Chronos in the underworld.
Right.
I can hardly breathe the surface air, much less get to a mountaintop.
Come on, Em. You have your ways. Gramps is up to something bad, more than his usual attack, so just give it some thought. Wouldn't ask if it was nothing, right? Okay, gotta run, and so do you. I'll be in touch by Boone.
Be in touch by Boone, that is fitting. But that would be really cool if this is what we needed to be able to access that other direction.
So long for now.
I had assumed that it would require that we complete a run, although maybe this is because we made it all the way to the bottom floor at least, or maybe it's just after doing a certain number of runs, Hermes makes his first appearance automatically.
Olympus, I accept.
Let's see what he gives us. So your charged up cast
Olympus needs me.
uses
On the
less
surface.
magic. Nitro boost. Your sprint is 15% faster, gives you a barrier that ignores instances of damage. Hits blocked per encounter 1. That sounds kind of nifty. Mean streak. Each time you slay a foe, deal more damage for the next 30 seconds. Ooh. It's only 1%, but I assume that must stack, right? So if you can get a whole bunch of enemies down quickly, then that can start to become a pretty big number. Would require that there's a lot of enemies in the room, and we have not exactly been the quickest when it comes to taking out those enemies, so I'm not necessarily sure that's the right fit for us. I think we go for this nitro boost. What I was starting to say, though,
We make haste.
was that I'm not sure that we are going to remind myself what this weapon does, but I am not exactly sure that we are going to be able to repeat the same success we had in the previous run, because we did pretty well in that regard, and that is an understatement. That's a very quick room. But what we can do is we did receive a whole bunch of additional bonuses, upgrades. So my hope is that even if we don't perform quite as well, execute as well as we did last time around, he says right on cue as he takes some damage, hopefully those additional upgrades give us a way to improve our consistency. So, you know, at the low end, we're still doing better. You know, worst comes to worst, we're still doing okay. Are we going to make it all the way to the final floor every run? No, probably not. Maybe eventually, once we get a little bit stronger and a little bit more used to specific combos and boons and all that stuff. Let's definitely go hammer here, I think. So we have basically nothing offensively at the moment helping us out. Oh, that still hit us? Wow. one way I think we can pick up the pace with our... Oh. Okay, denied. One way I think we can pick up the pace with our room clear is using, rather than... I mean, typically my approach is avoid taking damage almost exclusively from positioning. Do not be in the place where enemies are attacking. I am almost never trying to use the brief window of iframes on the dash to avoid taking damage, but I think that's probably the key to unlocking more windows in which we can hit enemies and therefore dealing damage more quickly and clearing out encounters more quickly. Okay, so what do we have here? Your attack has more range and deals plus 50% damage to distant foes. For a second I thought that said 500. I was like, absolutely no question. I believe we've taken double wallop before and it was pretty good. You can channel 40 plus 40 magic into your special to deal plus 300% damage in an area. Ooh, that's a pretty huge number. But the channel does take some extra time, so it's not as consistent, it feels like. If it were the base special, then absolutely. I think it's one of these. I do kind of like the range that this weapon has. Maybe we go for this, because we have done that before. As I said, I think it was good. And if we get a good attack boon, then it could definitely be stronger still. But I also think that one of those prophecies, we may not have actually looked at it yet, but I'm pretty sure one of the prophecies is that you have to take one of each of the type of boons and hammer upgrades. Now this. So there is reason to, I totally thought I was facing the other direction. There is reason to prioritize, at least initially, picking up upgrades you haven't had before. Okay, I'm kind of curious to test out this range a little bit more. That is certainly one way to keep ourselves a little bit safer. It's not bad. Okay, I thought we made an upgrade that gave us extra increased health and magic after we completed a certain number of rooms. I thought it was a small amount every room, but maybe it only procs after a larger number of rooms. I don't know if it's going to show up here, though. We took the Silken Sash again? Okay. Anyways, I still don't really understand how exactly these encounters work. I'm getting to the point now where I feel like I might just need you guys to bail me out and explain to me how... Well, we'll talk about it in greater detail once we actually see the rewards from the boon, but... It just uses some terminology that we don't hear elsewhere, so it's definitely specific to these types of encounters. But just hasn't really been fully explained to us. And, you know, maybe it's on me for not having explored it a little more thoroughly, tested it a little more thoroughly.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
We need you where you are. Your battles through the underworld are consequential to the war that rages here. But leave the surface to the gods and me. Do not become distracted by the sealed crossroads gateway leading up.
Okay, interesting. So it does seem like, yes, we will now have access to the upward trajectory. And as Hermes was just saying, but Celine is saying, no, you should continue going downward. This is where you're needed most. So, some people pulling us in different directions. Okay.
Now.
So yeah, the whole Moonglow thing. I've said it every time we've encountered one of these types of boons before, but I still don't really get how it's supposed to work. Or, what is the terminology they use? The Path of Stars. That's what I don't really understand. Okay, so your Hex makes everything else move 50% slower for 5 seconds. It does require spending a lot of mana. I think we did not... we got a pretty powerful one of these before in our previous run, which kind of just fell by the wayside because we had a bunch of other boons going on as well. And it did require a lot of magic, and that was one of the reasons why it was, I think, a little bit difficult to activate. Because it just felt like it took a lot of setup to make it possible. And then even then, we used it once or twice, and I couldn't really, at least visually, notice much of the difference. Your Hex fires a beam, deals up to 1,200 damage over 3 seconds. We saw this previously, but I don't think we took it. Hex blasts the target area for 1,000 damage after, not over, after 4 seconds. requires even more magic to be used. I think we try this one, in part because it requires the least magic spent, and also because I don't think we've taken it before. So I think that's a digging spot, although we did not choose to take the shovel. Okay, mini-boss with Zeus, or shop. So one of the upgrades we got gave us a bunch of extra starting gold, so although we have not gone to any gold rooms, we're already at 279, so that is enough to get at least a boon, if not more. But I think we take this opportunity to test ourselves a little bit here.
I'm back.
Okay. This boss is kind of annoying. It is, in some ways, like a... Is this the one that's almost like a weaker version of the, Well, okay, I'm going to spoil some of the things that we saw for the first time last time, which, as I said, I gave you the warning. We encountered several things for the first time. But we can hang out further away if we really want to. Okay, that's also definitely not the place to be standing. Beast unlocking now? We can. And technically, if we were standing a little bit further away, we could deal more damage, but we're fine now. I'm just glad we're finishing this encounter with at least some armor, so we can restore some armor at the end of this, and get what should be a higher rarity boon, and we don't have a lot of at least the normal boons yet.
Got here rather quickly, quite unlike that rascal Hermes, I should say. Lately, he's never about when needed. Should he decide to make himself useful in all this, may he prove more dependable with you.
Okay. I would think Hermes is usually awfully speedy. So we did get Zeus's attack, at least with a previous run, with a previous weapon, I think, and we did not particularly like it. It might be that with a better weapon, or with a more suitable weapon, it can be decent, but specials, inflict blitz, this was the after taking damage. They're struck with lightning. Your charge cast also causes lightning bolts to repeatedly strike foe, or one foe at a time. Gradually restore magic, but your total amount is reduced by 70%. All of this, so much of this stuff is magic oriented. I think we just take a simple special one. I know spending magic will help us set up the extra moon boon that we picked up, but we just don't have any basic boons to cover our simple stuff yet. So I think that is still important. Oh!
Take your
Hello.
shot, sister.
Get you from here? We can. Wow. Pretty serious range. So yeah, I do think we want to get an attack boon. I mean, that's usually one of our higher priorities, of course, because it's one of the basic things. But since we have the hammer upgrade that significantly improves the effectiveness of our attack, all the more reason why we want to try to pick something up for that. It's like, with this hammer, might not have been a bad time to get, I don't want to get stuck there. Might not have been a bad time to get the Zeus attack boon. Because I'm trying to remember why we did not like it. There's a lot of enemies right there. I almost walked straight into that. Here we go. Okay. I feel like we've...
Fancy running into
Oh.
you again.
Oh, true.
There you are.
It's more than just that little reward. Hold on. I feel like we've not seen any silver yet, unfortunately.
Got all the way down to the House of Hades, so I heard. Must be
Perhaps.
nice having fated authority over the lowest reaches of the underworld, unless you're Chronos.
He was most certainly annoyed. Wields a scythe that's twice my height, surrounds himself with feral satyr worshippers ready to die for him. I'm not surprised it once took both our fathers and more to bring him down.
Yeah.
No reason to compare yourself. They're high and mighty lords of the heavens and the underworld, but they fought Chronos by necessity. You were trained to do precisely this.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll have more success in the future. Actually taking on Chronos.
My blessings.
Oh, did I talk about the... did I give the spoiler warning and then not actually give the spoiler that I was going to reference earlier? The Cerberus fight First of all, much anticipated in Hades 1. I think that was something that a bunch of people wanted to see, and they were really disappointed that it did not end up happening, even in some, bonus boss fight form. But for that to show up in Hades 2 is, of course, very cool, and it is kind of similar to some of the mini-bosses that we've seen on this floor. Okay, so support fire, it did exist in Hades 1, and it was kind of good. So, it's very small instances of damage, but it's very high frequency, so it can certainly add up. Which might be good with our new attack hammer upgrade. Any damage you deal may be critical, 3% chance, but with that 3%, you get a 200% bonus. Foes with at least 80% health or 80% armor may take critical damage. It's a higher chance in that case, but it only applies for a shorter period of time. We have definitely taken that before, I think, or at least we've certainly seen it. Maybe we go pressure points. It's hard to get excited about a 3% chance. You going? There we go. Okay. Hard to get excited about a 3% chance, but we will notice the 200% damage increase when it does happen. Okay, so we can take the extra health or the extra coins. I mean, with 310, that's probably more, almost more than we could ever spend in a shop anyway. So I don't think we're really in a huge rush to pick up more coins at the moment. Obviously, you can stockpile. You don't need to spend all of your coins in one instance. In fact, that was one of the things we saw in the previous run was we went a while without deliberately targeting gold. We went a while without spending it. But then, at the end, we did run into some big shops, and we did not quite have enough gold to purchase things that we would have liked to see from those shops. Oh, well, there is a mini shop.
Suffer no more.
Definitely feels like we're clearing rooms more quickly. Ooh, okay. Well, before we do that stuff, let's just take a peek at what we have here. Restore health. We're at full health right now. We are. Definitely don't need that. Your next 12 Charon item will, with a duration, will instead expire after 2 guardians? Meaning mini-bosses, mighty foes identifiable by lengthy life bars with names on them. So either mini-bosses or full-blown bosses, you move 20% faster. I mean, we might, with 8 encounters for this, it only costs 10 coins. We might take this just because it might apply for the Hecate fight. It probably will last that long, so it could be a half-decent little boost to have. Sure. It costs almost nothing. Okay, then Arachne, Nectar, I think we go here. We have her keepsake on, and it does synergize well with getting the stuff from her.
Spinning goes the thread.
Ooh, have this as well.
Warp and waft. Hello again.
Hello.
My silk is everything to me. It's stronger than it looks. Keeps me safe. It can suffocate even the strongest prey. Don't you like it? Is there a certain pattern, color combination you admire?
We have very often taken the same type, the one that just gives us the maximum armor, and it's the best defensively, but it's not the most ambitious.
It's lovely, Arachne. Look, I wish I could stay and admire it,
But we'd rather just take some and go.
But you can't. I understand, I truly do. Though it would mean a lot to me if you would take some of my silk with you on your way.
Oh, sure, no problem. Okay, let's see. So, 20 armor, gain 5 coins whenever you enter a location. So if we can maintain the armor, that can certainly add up big time. And our keepsake does kind of help us maintain that armor, although probably not that far away from being in the Hecate fight, and we might lose the armor at that point. This is the defensive one that we've taken many times before. Not sure we've seen this very much. Almost the maximum armor, and it gives you extra magic every 1 second. I mean, again, how often are we going to be spending that? I think we have something like 13 armor right now, so this would get us up to around 33, and I think we get 3 more every time we step through a door. So, it might still be low enough armor that we could lose it all in the Hecate fight, but maybe it's worth giving it a shot, because if this does last, then of course, over the long term, since we're getting it pretty early, there is a lot of potential for that to add up. Okay, so I think when it comes to the other stuff, the Ash and the Psyche, we used a whole lot of Psyche recently, so I don't think that's as much of a need. Let's focus on this.
Do come again, won't you?
Okay, and ooh, you guys are nasty. Are kinda nasty. The extra range, ooh, there you see it, is very nice though. Guessing, yeah, it's gonna be more of them. Hit you from all the way over here, just makes it much safer. Sure, we'll charge this. Hit you from here, basically off screen. That's pretty nice.
Something
Oh,
nearby.
okay, finally we get some of this.
Got it.
Make the pickaxe worthwhile. Okay, so now we did spend a little bit of coins. Do we have boons we want to upgrade? I mean, pressure points, I'm assuming we just get that critical hit chance a little bit higher. Well, I mean, to 4%? I mean, that is technically, you know, still a 33% increase relative to what we have right now. So from that standpoint, it's not that bad, but it's still kind of hard to get excited about a 4% chance for that to proc. Otherwise, this improve our dash. I always forget about the dash boons altogether, to be honest with you. That's pretty much it in terms of things that could get upgraded, so I'm not really sure we get much value out of this. Maybe we do, even though we're in a decent place coins-wise. We take this and we just... Ooh! We anticipate we're gonna farm up a bit. Oh, I don't like that.
Splinter.
Gotta take damage from that. So, sloppy on my part. Go away. You will also go away, please. Do those things change direction? They do. Okay. It's not like they just pick a direction initially and stick with it the entire time. Okay. A little bit of damage, but I mean, we still have
More of this.
a healthy amount of armor here. Okay, so this, I'm guessing, might be the last room before the boss fight. So this would be where... Yes. Certainly benefit from purchasing some stuff, and may not even be able to spend all of our money in one place at one time, but I think we can make do with that. Save up the rest.
You were able to reach the House of Hades before me, my lord. Doubtless why that final stretch was clear.
Hmm?
You must know I was unable to prevail. Just have to give it another go, won't we?
Oh, is she referring to that penultimate room where we basically had the super shop? And we did see Charon there, didn't we? It's not really a mystery.
Thank you for your support.
Okay, so I think we might skip the Ash. I mean, we can afford it. We can afford all these things, don't get me wrong, but I think we might prefer to instead try to just save as many coins as possible, and then next floor, if we run into a shop, even if it's relatively early, we can hopefully still get decent value. I think we go this, and then we take the upgrade afterward, because this may end up being the best thing for us to upgrade. If we can get the attack boon from this, that'd be pretty sweet.
To be reduced to picking through such meager offerings. You ought to have lived here in the glory of Olympus, where everything that you desire is at hand. For the most part.
It was for the most part. I saw that it looked like we spent the Charon card key thing there. Still don't really understand how that works. Oh,
Exchange.
okay. So we would have to get rid of our special boon, which I honestly kind of forgot that we had, and get a higher rarity version. So it deals more damage, inflicts freeze. Let me just see what our alternatives are. Oh, wait. After remaining inactive for 1 second, you rapidly restore magic until you act. Okay, maybe. This is the thing that caught my attention, because I recognize the name from Hades 1. Your boons become common and gain rarity every 3 encounters. You get this at the end of a run, it's terrible, because you're resetting the rarity on all your runs. Get it early on in a run, and it is fantastic, because you have time to develop, to grow your boons. And sure, we may not have many amazing ones at the moment, but we were talking about how the pressure points, getting that to be a higher rarity, could be kind of useful. And we would get this dropped down a little bit rarity-wise, and that's really the only thing that's getting negatively affected in the short term, and just lasts a little bit longer, and then it certainly starts to pay off over time. So I think we give this a shot.
Life or
Definitely.
death.
I don't remember what happens if you can upgrade the rarity of rare crop itself. Does that increase or accelerate the rate at which things get upgraded? Oh, this is... And great example of that's why we definitely wanted to do these things in this order. Otherwise, would have just thrown away the 50 coins from this palm slice. Okay, it's the flourish. Oh, that's... Well, no, but that's... This is level, not rarity. So it's a different category, a different way in which we're upgrading. So disregard that. Anyway, though. So technically speaking, we are slightly weaker going into this fight. But I think the hammer remains the big thing. We just want to try.
Scratch.
Oh, that's cool.
I heard from Hermes, headmistress. He gave me the impression that Olympus needs my aid. What of my task?
I was going to say, we want to try to maintain our armor if possible throughout this encounter. And it was cool how Hecate very much noticed how we have not yet taken any damage, at least not to our health.
Your task remains, as does the adversary whom you face. We shall discuss the matter with Hermes elsewhere. We have other matters first.
Okay, so there definitely are some competing priorities here between going up and going down. This? Oh, except I missed. Okay, that's fake. Can we outrange you? Not quite. We do this, though. Which I kind of forgot about, except that is the wrong Hecate. This is an upgrade, or we do have upgrades for that. Oh, and after she takes a certain amount of damage, it causes that, the extra, ooh, what's it called, like, blitz? Probably using the wrong term. That was not the real Hecate either. There it is. Lightning bolt effect. Okay, so like that, for example. We can probably dash through attacks to get iframes and use that to get a little more aggressive offensively. That's one way we can accelerate the pace of our encounters. I think we kind of want to... doing it again. Yeah, like that. Oh. No, Selene is our friend. Also, I totally was calling her Selene before.
Now beware.
Oh. Okay. Okay. We're gonna... Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, it's not gonna be quite the same this time around, is it? Yeah, I missed all of those attempts to hit her, but it was the wrong Hecate anyways. Don't worry about it. Okay, woo. Okay, it's the far one anyway. It's you. No. Oh, yeah, I stood there. Did stand there and just... Ooh, get hit by it. The real one? You are not the real one. Real one is once again the furthest one, who's the hardest to hit right now. Okay. Phase change. I still don't understand how this works. That time I basically tried to run over to Hecate and have it affect her instead. It's like, maybe I can reverse the curse. Oh, and I jumped into that. Okay. Please unsheepify me. Thank you. Ooh. Okay, get a little terrain action going. Oh, that is not what I expected you to start doing. Real one? Let's refer to this. No, it is always the furthest one. It's getting to the point where I honestly don't know. Okay, well that was just mean, how short of a phase you gave us there. Is it always the last one you attack? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily the furthest one away. Oh, okay. It's not expecting that. Okay, she's doing this again. It just seems like, you know, she has slight differences in her attack combos. This is the real Hecate, for once. She's right in front of us, conveniently. It seems like her attack patterns vary from one round to the next a bit. Which one? This is the real one. Maybe it's not you. It's not you either. Okay, that's just unfortunate. The range was slightly too short, and by the time we actually got in range, we no longer had the window. There we go. Okay, we still have the armor. We took some damage, and we slowed down toward the end there, but...
Go on, Melinoe. The greatest teacher is out there.
No, it's right here. But what I was starting to allude to there was, because of the different phases, it feels like sometimes we have larger windows to attack Hecate than other encounters. This time, it felt like, at least in the final phase of Hecate's fight, we had much less time to attack her. And I may have, toward the end, started to get a little more conservative when it comes to, you know, not doing as much dashing through the attacks for iframes, and more so, again, just going for pure positioning instead.
Returned, have you?
Didn't need that.
Please help yourself, my girl. I thought that I might find you here, my girl. Such fire in your eyes. How obstinate the members of our family can be. Have you learned nothing from our previous exchange?
Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap, Chronos.
Oh, I learned plenty, and I'm eager to learn more. So why don't you get out of my way, since there's nothing you can do within these woods but try to slow me down.
Past the point of reason and so very self-assured. Then very well. Come find me if you must and learn some more. You know where I reside. I do not hide from gods.
Okay.
See you soon.
So it will be interesting, since we kind of leapfrogged over a bunch of things in our previous run. Whether people are all talking about the Chronos fight, since that was the big thing that we finished with. Or if they talk about some of the other things that we did along the way. Oh, I was gonna say, I heard the sound effect. Yeah, we actually have a fair bit of whatever that is. What is it, limestone? Not sure if we've ever used it, though. I don't really like these guys. They can get kind of annoying. Let's maybe not stand right next to you. Ooh, I want one of those hit me as well. It's the little projectiles these guys throw. They're heat-seeking, but they're slow enough that sometimes I just completely forget that they're there, or just don't see them altogether. Okay. So we can get a palm to upgrade the level of some of our boons. I still think we're pretty low on boons overall, because we had a few encounters that did not involve boons whatsoever. So I'm still kind of eyeing a potential attack boon from Demeter. You are the armored version. Careful with you. Oh, those are the bouncy projectiles that are also a little tricky at times to avoid. I'll make sure that I'm not walking straight into that, though. Oh, you are armorless. Make this much easier. Oh, okay, fairly quick. Okay, and there's the rare crop activating, and was the Heavenly Flourish that got upgraded? I think so.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Whoa, okay. Hold on. What do we have here? Is this the same exchange that that Demeter was offering before? I think so. Your casts repeatedly deal damage in an area and inflict freeze. Oh, what is this? It's an infusion. Well, you have at least 8, or 8. I swear, I know numbers. 6! 6 of the Earth elemental ones cannot take more damage per hit than the limit. Max damage per hit, 15. I do not think that we have... okay, we have 1 Earth elemental... and just 1. No, rare crop is 1 as well. Okay, so we have 2. It would take a while before we can actually make that happen. Not thrilled about that exchange. I mean, this is a basic cast upgrade, and we don't have one of those yet, so there is something to be said for it. But it just doesn't feel like we're in a great place to be taking infusion-related things. We don't have many boons, and they are not very elementally aligned at the moment. I think we just go for this.
I see.
Oh, lots of options. Okay. In which case, Bone, Psyche, Shop. I think we go Shop. Be honest. This is where, having accumulated a lot of coins early and saved up some of those coins, can hopefully pay some dividends. So we do not yet have a Hestia boon. We could also power up here. Do we want to power up when we have a smaller pool to draw from? Maybe? I don't know how much... Well, I mean, again, we're kind of still looking for an attack boon. It'd be nice to have one of those. So maybe we take this and we'd like to get it upgraded then.
Who sniffed you out, was it? Seems like an awful big coincidence. But then with gods, these things, they happen all the time. I'll say I'm glad she found you when she did.
Okay. Another infusion. In this case, it's fire, which we've won there. Seems the gods and goddesses just really want to give us an infusion at this stage. Don't we already have a sprint? Wait, does this not replace it? Your sprint is 15% faster and gives you a barrier that ignores instance. Oh, that's another reason why we've had a little bit more luck with the dashing to avoid taking damage. That's not just playstyle-wise. But this is more damage-oriented, and I guess does not replace one that we have. Your sprint destroys most range shots near you. That's kind of nifty. Inflicts Scorch on foes that fired... Oh, we've definitely taken that before. Okay. I mean, still sounds decent. Your charge special also launches a fiery projectile, but uses extra magic. With a slow cooker, your attacks and specials gain power for each... Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I kind of like how at least this one doesn't have a high threshold. Obviously, the more fire boons you have, the more that benefits you. And it would not benefit us much at this stage. But it's greater than 0. The improvement there. I think we take the sprint, to be honest with you. I just don't think we're going to have much luck with the infusions at this stage. So did that replace our... No, it did not replace it. Okay, good. So I was wondering if maybe it was just, for whatever reason, choosing not to show us that, even though it was going to replace it. Now let's probably get this. Yeah. Arctic Ring was which one? The cast upgrade? Okay, which admittedly we've not been using very much. Okay, so here we get another one of these. We could get mini boss for, ooh, Festus, who we had a lot of luck with last time around. He was perhaps one of the main reasons why we got as far as we did, in addition to just having a whole bunch of health. Although, what I'm wondering is if... Oh, I did not expect... I did not realize we could open that page. But what I'm wondering is if this is the way that we... Where is it? This one? No, that's the hammer upgrade. That's... Where is it? This? No. Oh, we still have the plus 30% movement speed. I totally forgot about that. The other... Oh, here it is. The Lunar Ray, which we've yet to use, because we've yet to use any mana at all. But is this the way that you improve those types of upgrades? Stacking multiple of these Selene boons in a given run? I don't know if we can pass this up, though. I mean, this is potentially going to be very difficult. Let's try it.
Thank you for your service.
Okay, we have seen this guy before. He's kind of nasty. I think we've established that these guys do not respawn. you take them out. So there is definitely reason to prioritize taking them out early. I think we determined that. I'm going to prioritize them here. Ooh, I almost walked into that. Okay. Now we do this. You're going to do that. You're going to move. Might be about to do it again. Yup. Oh, kill it. Whoa, that was interesting. That seemed nifty. I may have made that worse. Don't run away. Not sure what the technically correct way to dodge this is. Okay, I keeps on doing that attack. I'm kind of trying to bait him into doing the melee attack and then following up with a series of other attacks. But he keeps on insisting on doing this. Even when I'm in melee range, it's the confusing part. That's also not really what I wanted. There's the melee attack, right when I was not actually prepared to punish him for it. Where'd you go? Up there. Okay. Whoa! Well, you did not give us any good places to go. And that freeze is definitely very useful. Oh, I thought we could get him stun locked in time. Or remove the armor in time to stun lock him. Okay, as long as we do this and still have armor at the end of this encounter, then we're good, but cut that closer than we had to cut it.
With you, servant.
Okay, but given how that was a mini-boss, I think that was still, in the grand scheme of things, not bad. Was it worth it?
Too witchy. The underworld's gutter for the looks of it, all cold and wet. Piss poor working conditions, that much is clear.
Okay. Your attacks. Is this finally our attack boon? Attacks occasionally create the blast. We had this last time. It was very good. It's slow, but effective. Big chunks of damage. Has some AoE. Gain some armor. Foes' attacks cannot knock you away. I mean, it does synergize with the defensive stuff we have from Arachne and the Keepsake as well. So, although it's maybe not that impressive, there's maybe still something to be said for it. Gain bonus health based on max health based on your magic limit. Our magic right now is 79. Excuse the lack of mental. It'd be what, like about 24 max health. That doesn't seem all that impressive to me. I think we finally take the attack boon we've been waiting for. Oh, okay. So this is Hermes. We only saw for the first time at the beginning of this run, and then this is the guy whose name I'm forgetting. But he seems... I'm not as big a fan of the rewards he gives. He can give a Death Defiance, although I'm not sure if that's only when you've already used one. So if we can add one to our list, even though we haven't used our initial one, then that'd be great. Otherwise, it's a whole bunch of resources. So it's more long-term stuff that doesn't have as much of a direct effect on our current run. So I think we prioritize Hermes, especially since, you know, we're so new to him. Okay. Ooh, very aggressive. We have, theoretically, the range. Like you, yep, to walk into that, please. Set a little trap for them. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be the last of them, though. Right? Oh, it absolutely is not. That is correct. Oh, and I forgot about the extra boon that we just picked up for our attack, of course. Yeah, so if we use that cast aggressively... Oh. And that is very nice. Don't like you guys all hanging out there, though. Ooh, that was really nice. Hephaestus. As was... Okay, that was a crap kill, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Okay, I really did not want to take damage from that encounter because we're relatively low on armor, and the longer we can maintain armor, the better we are. I'm getting extra coins from that as well. So it's dividends again, is sort of the theme here. So what do we get from Hermes? Let's see, your Hex requires using less magic before it's ready. That is kind of nice. I've used a little bit more magic deliberately, but still not something we're using all that often. Most foes' range shots are slower, 30% slower. Interesting. Mean streak. Each time you slay a foe... Oh, we saw this before. I think we have enough stuff now that we can at least make this somewhat interesting. Against bosses, it's obviously not going to be great. But against other basic enemies in crowded rooms has some potential. So I think we still take this. Otherwise, I mean, this could be more useful for the boss fight. How many of the... Yeah, there are some projectiles for sure. A lot of it is the ground effect, so I'm not sure it's going to make a huge difference, but yeah, let's go for Mean Streak. I feel like it's a little more interesting. I did see this as well. As I was saying, though, looking for something to spend that on, because I'm not sure we've spent any of it yet. Speaking of spending, this being a random item offered from Well of Caron, specials deal plus 40% damage. That is a big damage boost. I feel as though this may last long enough to take us into the boss fight, which would be kind of convenient. Let's just double check what we have coming next. Probably go Palm. Just wondering if we were going to get a full-blown shop, in which case, you know, probably save the coins for that.
I do have gold to spare.
I'm also tempted by this, because I feel like the high-end potential is higher here. Let's try this.
All right.
Preserved Hope? What does that do? Don't recognize it by name. After the duration... Oh, that's the restore health after 4 encounters. Okay. I mean, if we get to the boss fight in 4 encounters, which I'm not sure if we will, then that could be really good timing. We can obviously hear the humming, so we know we're getting a little bit close. I think we go here, actually, rather than the palm. Okay. Whoa! That's a lot of stuff happening immediately. Ooh, and that's, speaking of things happening quickly. Nope, don't go away. Just trying to get rid of you. You're down. Just want to get rid of some of you guys, so it's a little bit easier to maneuver around. I almost walked straight into that. Excuse me, sir. Please don't do that. I also did not necessarily intend to walk straight into you. Or missed almost all of those shots. There we go. Is there going to be another wave? Are there still more enemies? There's still this guy hiding? There's probably going to be more. Oh, no, that's it. Okay, nice. Oh, right, and the rare crop is still going. We keep on getting the special improved, but alright, I mean, could be worse. Oh, and tell you what, I think the Hephaestus boon, given how that deals damage in an area all at once, that could work fairly well with the Hermes upgrade we picked up. After remaining inactive for 1 second, restore some magic. We saw that before. Whenever you gather plants, seeds, or mushrooms, gain maximum health and receive 1 seed now. That's thematically fitting for Demeter. Winter Coat, after you enter a location, prime a barrier that absorbs 1 instance of damage, and it does permanently reserve 20 magic. Might not be a terrible idea. I mean, it potentially helps us sustain our armor a little bit longer for a few more encounters. Not sure how many more encounters we're going to have after this before the boss fight, so, you know, at that point, we're probably going to expect to be armorless. I mean, I don't love either of these. I mean, this long-term for the resources, sure, but we're getting it a little bit late in the run, later than you'd probably ideally get it. So I feel like we take this.
Cold comfort.
Okay, and then those are the only 2 options we have, and is there anything else for us to get here? Doesn't look like there's anything else. So bones. So can we see here how much we have of everything? We can. Oh, wow. Okay, I don't think we need bones very much at the moment. Common reward for encountering stuff. Also obtained from trading. I'd like to be reminded of what we spend it on. Do we spend it in much larger quantities, and that's why we have an order or 2 orders of magnitude more of this than anything else? Well, either way, I think we should probably take the hint. Go for the psyche. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot of stuff.
Stay where you are.
Let's get out of here, preferably. Drop one of those. Do some of this. Get a whole bunch of people frozen, and there is the big damage boost that I was hoping we might get. Oh, I got a little bit greedy. Okay. A little bit greedy, took a little bit of damage there. But still maintaining the armor. Hit the psyche. Okay, I'm guessing this is now the penultimate encounter, the last one before the boss fight. So, shop with 250 is certainly tempting. Again, Selene, we suspect. Oh, and you can see. Okay, so we have that fire around us is from the Hermes effect. And in the bottom left corner, you can see how much of a damage boost we have. So it was lasting well after the encounter, because it lasts for 30 seconds, doesn't it? So in an encounter like that with lots of enemies in it, it's great. Again, against the bosses, don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, if any difference at all. I think we still go shop here, though. Again, I get it. I think we, at some point, want to test the Selene theory that getting multiple of those boons in a single run does stack, but maybe now is not the best time to do that. Granted, if we had 25-ish more coins, so slightly less than that, then we'd be able to get both of these. That'd be great, but I think we probably still prioritize Hephaestus. I mean, you could certainly make a case for picking up the health. Let's go here, though.
Hear me, on my authority.
Okay, so what do we get? You take minus 10% damage, restore some magic whenever you take damage. We've definitely seen that before. Attacks and specials deal bonus damage to armor. Is helpful against mini-bosses, but certainly not against the bosses that we're about to run into. Gain max health based on your mana. Oh. Does this factor in how we have already blocked off 20 magic? So is it based on 62 or 82? I'm not sure. That does affect a little bit how useful that is for us. Either way, that might be the move, though. I mean, that is still minus 10% damage across the board. Is kind of nice, even if we don't care that much about the magic getting restored. Over the course of an entire run, that could certainly add up. Over the course of this boss fight we're about to run into alone, that could be helpful. Maybe we do take this. Did we take any of the infusion ones? I know we had so many before, but I think we rejected all of them. So I don't think that's really a factor to consider there. Also, I forgot that we do get the icons at the very top that tell us how many boons we have of each variety, which would have been a quicker way to count that up. But I guess we'll take fixed gain. I think we have taken it before, but I think we'll still take it here. Oh, okay. Obviously, we didn't know we were going to take the one, or we didn't know we were going to see the option to get extra max health based on our max mana, in which case we could have taken this first, but I think we probably still save here. And so we did, for the first time, successfully clear out this encounter last time. We have, however, had a lot of trouble with it in the past. So what have we learned? The 3 bosses do have individual health bars, although you can take them out individually, one at a time. It doesn't show their individual health bars, but there is perhaps a case to be made for trying to focus in on one of them specifically, take it out so that there are fewer of them overall. The remaining bosses might have gotten a little bit stronger, but it was not that noticeable if that was the case, and it might not have been the case at all. So it seems like that is very much the preferred methodology. In terms of with our boons, what we want to do, we have lots of dashing potential. The cast with the freeze is definitely very useful. The special has been buffed many times, and I mean, we have now at this point cast special and attack boons that are all pretty solid. So let's go for it. Can't guarantee that we're about to succeed here,
Still practicing, are we?
because this has been challenging for us.
Oh, surprised to see us again, lady? Because we're not going anywhere. This is our big comeback tour, after all.
But we'll see. We'll see how we'll fare this time.
I thought I dealt with you last time, yet here you are. Am I going to have to drive you back into the sea?
I think so.
I don't know. Am I going to have to tell Jetty and Roxy to play their hearts out? No, I'm not. Because that's just what they do. Don't you, gals?
Oh, I love the dialogue. I love the delivery of the lines. Very cool encounter. That. Oh, that's not the direction I meant to do that in. Oh, you're doing this again. Okay. Oh, I did not dash in the right direction. Ah, okay, there's our armor gun. It's that's the thing that always gets me, and I talked about it a lot last time. But how to gauge this phase. I don't get it. I don't get how you're supposed to understand when it ends, because it does not give you the same amount of rounds each time. Wow, it was brutal. Oh my gosh. That might be the worst damage we've ever taken from this encounter. I forgot we also have crit chance, which that might have been one of the first times we've actually seen it. Okay, well, there was an opportunity to focus in on you until there wasn't. I think maybe what you do, I think I'm starting to get a little bit more now though, is that it always moves the direction of where that stuff spawns in. So if you go back in the direction where it came from previously. Oh, okay, no, you're not doing anything right now. That was supposed to hit you. Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. Oh, that was... Okay, I've not seen that before. We have taken a boatload of damage. You dash back in the direction where it came from previously. That's how you avoid getting hit by it again, rather than just repeatedly getting slammed by it. Okay, and I feel like we've not taken best advantage of... Ooh. Are you technically the source of the ground effect? I always thought it was the singer. I think I am wrong about that. I think it is the drummer. So we go back this way. That is huge. If we figure that out and nothing else, that is a big improvement. So we dash back in the way that it came from. Okay, that seems to be the deal. Is she down or is she just going immune? Nope, don't do that. Get frozen instead. Excuse me, you're immune. You can't be the featured artist. That's illegal. Oh, okay. I think that answers our question about who is the source of the ground effects that always cause me trouble. It is definitely the drummer. Ooh, okay, that time she did not follow the pattern. Does that prevent you from... No, it does not prevent you from continuing to do that. Ooh, okay. Yep, the pattern's changed up a little bit now. I feel like we have dealt a lot of damage to you specifically, though. I am anticipating we're probably going to end up using our Death Defiance at some point, of course, in this very encounter. Ow. Almost in that very second, of course. But, that's okay. I've accepted this. As I said, I was not even necessarily expecting us to succeed in this encounter at all. Whoa, that's the silliest way to lose our Death Defiance, but we did get rid of the drummer. So that is very nice. I was kind of hoping you would step into that, although I just missed you, I think. Now you step into it. Oh, and you were immune to it, right? God, you can't stack it on the same enemy repeatedly. There's a cooldown. were about to attack us. Oh, not completely frozen, mind you. Only slow. Okay. So I think we have made the key started to make the key discoveries that we needed to make to improve in this encounter. Even if we... Oh, she's down. Okay. Perfect. We've made the key discovery that we needed to make. There is still, of course, some execution. It's not just all about understanding it and nothing else. Oh, right, I forgot about this. Oh, well, actually, though... Oh, okay, well, you're gonna annihilate us, but we're gonna get huge damage from it because we get damage based on how many enemies we've killed. I forgot about that phase. Okay. So that is only the second time we've defeated those enemies. I know we took a lot of damage in the process, but I still think that was, in and of itself, enough to make this a successful run. What is this?
Where once reverberated the enthralling music of the sirens, sheer silence now remains. Yet for how long shall those immortal songstresses be stilled?
Yeah, not long, it seems.
Doubtless only till my next attempt.
Exactly. Okay. So yeah, not as if I expect us to get all the way to Chronos on this run, as I was saying before. But just us being able to defeat
The edge of Oceanus.
the sirens, I think, in and of itself, is a pretty big deal. Do we not get to... Oh, there it is. Blends right in. We get a little bit of health restored from that, which is useful.
Long way down.
We no longer have armor, so we're not getting the extra armor at the start of each encounter. We do still get a little bit of health restoration, though. Okay, so I remember last time this room was absolutely ginormous, but I don't think there was anything in it. So we are, of course, still very new to this floor. We did make it through on our first attempt last time, but that may, of course, have been coming down to a lot of beginner's luck. So do we only have one choice? I mean, this does look like a good set of stuff. Mostly the hammer and Hephaestus. Not as interested in the magic. We'll probably do that last. But remember, these are triple rooms. There will still be some enemies even before we initiate.
Few things to find.
Before we initiate those rewards. But that's the one I think we picked last. Just don't remember these enemies very well, though. Also, would help to notice where they are. Okay, remember, there are a few that can use, like, magnet effects. Let's take this. Okay, I did not do the math. I just assumed that we needed all the health we could get. However, we may have overhealed. May not have been a great idea. Oh.
Glass rock.
We have not seen this before. We've not had the pickaxe on this floor previously. Okay, so this is free. It does not require that we take out any more enemies to do it. So we'll claim it. Help if I hit any of those. Okay, nice. Of course, if we are quick, moving from one group of enemies to the next, then we can stack more damage, although these rooms are so huge and spread out that is not the easiest thing to do. I also just don't know where they are, generally speaking. Oh, the whole follow the gold path thing? Okay. Hephaestus boon, we could justify... Okay, don't dash into that. We could potentially justify taking that. Oh, we still can't do this yet. Okay. I remember we saw something that said we needed to go... Oh, no, that's actually the exit. Okay. I assume these smoke cloud things damage us? Trying not to go straight into them. I do not see where the hammer is. I'm trying to go hammer first, then Hephaestus second priority, magic last priority. I'm guessing the hammer is over back this way somewhere then? There it is. Okay, so I think we take this. It is gonna cause enemies. Okay, I vaguely recall the werewolves being a thing. Let's freeze them, and then hopefully that makes them less of a thing. Except there are more of them. Oh, there are more of them. There are, in fact, a lot more of them. I do not remember seeing those skull-like enemies before. are still on the freeze cool, or some of them were on the freeze cooldown, which I'm realizing. Alright, I noticed this before, but did not comment on it. The little icicles above their head, they also have a little semicircle around them that seems to be an indicator of how long they have before they can be frozen again, before they come off cooldown. The extra range on the attack is also definitely helping out. Probably could have... Oh, you're a mini-boss werewolf. I do not like that. Also, I don't really know what those guys do, which concerns me a bit. Please get frozen. Thank you. I'd like to get rid of your armor. Ooh, press the wrong button for a second there. Please walk into that. Thank you. Can we do the last one? There we go. Okay. Nice. Ooh! Okay, wait, hold on. It's not actually pause things, and therefore I think we could get hit by the smoke cloud there. What was it that got upgraded? The special, yet again, I think? So this is super powerful now. I'd like to actually pick up our hammer. So if we could get something that improves our special, that probably would not be a bad idea. After you slay a foe with your charge attack, restore 5 health. That is tempting. Channel magic into your special. Oh, I mean, we were just talking about having high base damage on the special. That is awfully tempting. Oh, and the whole prophecy I was talking about that requires that you take one upgrade of each, or take each upgrade once. That is indicated by the little scroll in the bottom left corner of each boon. If we have not yet taken it, it has the scroll. If we have already taken it, it does not have the scroll. So we have taken Giga Moonburst before, although that is potentially the most tempting here. Your charge special gains a power shot that deals plus 20% damage and restores magic. That does not sound as intriguing to me. I mean, all of these require charging of some variety. It's just a matter of damage or health. It's the main question. I think we still go for this.
Further refined.
Okay. Now I think we go Hephaestus, which was over here somewhere. Please do not hit us with that. Hello, guys. Those guys throw stuff, and they're kind of nasty, aren't they? Oh no, they're the super punchy dudes. They're the opposite of One Punch Man. They are terrifying. Fortunately, they can be frozen. I think there's gonna be one more. Oh no, there's not one more phase. I thought there were 3 rounds, the previous one. Not sure what just got updated. Our knowledge of this area, maybe?
In the name of Hades.
Okay, let's see. Blast effects from Hephaestus also vent on foes. After 5 seconds, afflicted foes take a burst of damage. We saw this last run, and we combined it with several Hephaestus boons, and it was very good. Attacks and specials deal bonus damage to armor. We saw this before. I mean, we do have now, certainly with our special, a ton of base damage. So, it's just a matter of how many times we're going to have armored enemies that we can get good value on that from. So if that were armor and health, great, but I'm not sure that's all that worthwhile at this stage. This infusion, your attack and special deals more damage for each earth boon that we have. We have 4. So that's 20% attack and special. It's basically this, except it applies across the board to every type of damage. So, or well, it's an attack and special. And armor and health, unlike this. That's the key thing. This is only armor. This is armor and health. So, it's just an objectively better version of this. Also, it has potential to get stronger if we get more of the earth boons. So I think this is the infusion that we've been looking for. Although, as we saw last time, this is also very good. But I think we go for this.
My silver's come alive.
Okay, and then we just have the magic, which honestly, if I could skip it, I probably would. Because, oh, what? You guys have been here all along. was toward the beginning, wasn't it?
Golden petals on the ground.
Not realize it. Not kill that guy initially. Golden petals direct us. Okay, that was the entrance, but yeah, those I guess will direct us toward all of the various rewards in the room.
Should be able to revive that bow.
Oh! Okay, we can do this. I don't know what that really does, but shows us where the thing we're looking for is. Is that all it does? I mean, that is kind of convenient, yes. But I was kind of hoping for something a little more of the directly beneficial variety. Okay, let's see what we run into this time.
Mourners.
These guys do terrify me.
Out of my sight.
Oh, what is this darkness? What the heck? What is happening? What is that coming from? It's an enemy in here that's causing it. Yeah, we've not seen this before. We've seen mini bosses that do this kind of thing, but we've not seen this coming from a basic enemy, I don't think. Oh.
Point secured.
That's new. Okay. Short encounter, though, thankfully.
I can get out now.
Nobody gives us coins anymore, I'm noticing. Oh, what the heck? Is it a dead end? Sort of? More enemies. Okay, follow the golden petal road. Okay, so that's a double health Hestia mini boss Demeter. I think we go probably the double, to be honest with you. Want to get more of the earth boons if possible. I mean, it's not a huge deal to get more at this stage. Not really sure how many more we're going to be able to stack. But I'm guessing Hestia is going to have fire boons, right? So there's health. Do we prioritize that, or do we prioritize Hestia? What the heck is this?
A boulder.
Okay, one moment, please. Uh-oh. I don't like those guys. One at a time, please. There we go. Now we'll deal with you. I remember the bigger dude there is pretty nasty. Ooh. Okay, like that. That's what he does. Which, when combined with all those enemies, have a bunch of projectiles. Bit of a nasty combo. I want to try to isolate them. They are really hanging out together. Oh, and he combines that with that attack, apparently. Please stop that. His range is just ridiculous. Okay, and then the whole thing is that he follows it up with that ranged attack. Okay. It's just what? I try to dodge out of it a little bit, which you can sort of do. At least slow the rate at which he magnets you in. Better to run the opposite direction? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Also missed that. Ooh. Did still go for the melee. Okay. Now that we've gotten rid of your armor, we can just spam this. Okay. So this is technically free, or at least those guys were guarding it. It's the thing that it's kind of surprising me. It's this, our special. That is this. The base damage is still seemingly not that high, despite it being upgraded a bazillion times over. So this surprises me. Okay, that's one of the ways out. Can't go there yet. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. That, or, I mean, there might be other little freebies, semi-freebies we can pick up. In which case, we probably would prefer to get those first, although this room does seem to be a little bit smaller. That might not be a thing in here. It doesn't look like it. Okay. No, this one's smaller. In which case, take this. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Oh, you're a mini-boss of the Super Punch, dude? And a whole bunch of other things, too.
Stop.
Please stop. Please stop your punching nonsense. Oh, go away. Okay, that also is a little deceptive sometimes where the edge of the area is. Have that range. And on our base attack, don't forget that. Whoa, that was... I just zoned out. For some reason, assumed that they were not able to hit me from there. Which really was not even paying attention to their attacks, to be brutally honest.
It's over.
I think I just assumed at that point with no armor we could spam the attack and we'd be fine. But we were not. Okay, so yeah. Unsurprisingly, this is all fire elemental, so that's not something that is a factor here because we have the earth infusion. Your charge special also launches a fiery projectile that uses extra magic. Gain extra max health, max mana, but give up one boon. It would be Arctic Ring. Is that our cold cast? Absolutely not. That is non-negotiable. Hold cast to aim a fiery projectile that explodes on impact. The binding circle forms there? The fact that you just throw that out there in passing as if I'm supposed to understand what the binding circle is, I mean, that implies that it holds enemies in place. If that is so, then that is great. And it further synergized with... Oh, no, you're talking cast, not special. Does that stack at all with the freeze we have in our cast, or is that functionally just a duplicative effect that is not going to provide any additional benefit? Not loving our options here. If this were sacrificing a different boon, I might be for it, but I am not. I think we take this.
Where's the last one?
Not really sure that it's any good. Yeah, we definitely saw... Oh, this is the...
Flourish and reveal my path.
One that... Okay, and it does just show us where the things are. Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay, so it does do both. It does freeze them in place, and it also... Ooh, don't get hit by that. It freezes them in place, and it also has that extra fire effect for additional damage. That's not bad. So I was trying to use that, ooh, as our opener and most... Well, a way to crowd control. Oh, does it give it more range as well? Because previously we were only able to put that directly on top of us, right? Yeah. Okay, no, that's actually possibly the biggest aspect of it, was being able to aim it. Because previously I had to basically anticipate where the enemies were going to go and try to throw it out there as a means to slow their advance. I would get into attack range, but you guys using those things that explode if I get too close. Which is unfortunate, and that, speaking of unfortunate, is a stupid way to take a little bit of extra damage. I just hit myself with that. Can I damage myself with it? I doubt that. Probably not. Okay.
Now my reward.
This...
Could get going now.
Max health. I think we have scouted for other things. There is not anything else. Oh, have we seen what this encounter is on this floor? I'm not sure if we have. And this is a mini boss. I don't know if we've encountered any on this floor either. I don't remember if we have, which it's awfully risky. I'm not sure if we're in a place where we want to be taking that risk right now, though. I think we try this. I'm intrigued. Who is this? I don't think we know yet. Oh, also, nab that real quick.
Someone there.
Oh, okay, it's a placeholder.
You no harm.
Placeholder model. So it does not tell us anything from that alone. Okay, I'm just checking to see if there's anything else. Okay. Who is this? Who is this?
I mean, you no harm. You no harm. No harm. No
Huh?
harm. That makes two of us. What ails you, Shade? Is there something I could do to ease your burden? I could ease your burden. Your burden. Your burden.
Well, something having to do with echoes. Well, plaintive echoes, there you go. Only others can give voice to her desires, but she, in turn, can lend them potency. Okay, she cannot speak of her own of her own accord, and everything is evade, evade, evade. Boom, boom, boom. Reward, reward. Gain plus 50% dodge chance, but lose 2% of this each time you dodge. So short term, it is effective, but over time, it loses effectiveness. Gain a random boon from the previous night. Does that mean the previous room? Which would mean what? Hestia? Could be worse. Manifest a copy of your most recently claimed reward, the Centaur Heart. I mean, it's also not bad, but it's basically just the equivalent. Both of these are basically just the equivalent of an end of room reward without having to fight any enemies to get it, which is okay. I would have to say my expectations were a little bit higher than that, so it's a little disappointing in that sense. It's not bad, but this one certainly seems to have higher potential. It's kind of nifty. Though I am half tempted to go this route. How are we doing in terms of health and whatnot? Yeah. We are probably getting pretty close to the Cerberus fight. There may be a case to be made for doing this. I mean, yeah, it's the most unique. We should take it.
I don't know who you are, but thanks.
We should see how good it is, and, you know, I may have been tempted to take a boon, but there will, assuming we do still make it farther, still be more opportunities to get boons, whereas the thing we just got, we definitely will only get from this type of encounter.
A deep ravine within the fields of mourning spreads forth like a gash across the underworld's heart, and even hateful spirits know to stay away.
Okay.
Need to keep pushing forward, out of here.
Are we getting close? Well, the weird thing about this floor is that it has multiple rooms built into one. Okay. So, the pacing is a little bit different, or at least feels a little bit different. Palm plus heart. I mean, kinda. Oh, I do like that it shows you what it picked most recently. This one, I like the Demeter boon, I don't like the magic, so it has what feels like the best and the worst of the rewards, whereas this one is sort of both middle ground. So what do we prefer? I'm not sure. Guess we take this? Could make a case for either one, of course.
No need to engage.
No need to engage, she says, as we very clearly engage. Those ones give us extra coins. The other ones did not. Whoa, okay, it's another one of these guys. And I do need to remember that the way in which we aim those does make it a little bit different. How we use it.
No, you don't.
Those do seem to have a lot of potential, though. That. There's more of them? That's also definitely not where I wanted to aim that. Likewise there. Okay, we can cut you into it. A little alarming that we got 3 of them? Makes me wonder if they're respawning in the middle somewhere. Certainly hope not. I will admit I did not remember what your thing was. Oh! A free... Oh! Okay, well here's a Path of the Stars for us. I'm not sure if this would happen if we went back and got a full-blown Selene boon, or if it's only from these little encounters, but what exactly does this do? So that's our ray that I still don't think we've used once. So during the Hex, you take plus 10% less damage. While your Hex is not ready, deal plus 10% damage. So our Hex is ready right now, we just haven't used it, I think. So there is a case to be made for using it and then just getting a passive 5% damage boost. And then it looks like one's possibilities for growth are as innumerable as the stars. What I'm wondering is, are these permanent? Like across multiple runs, or is this specific to just the run? Because this is a pretty huge, functionally passive skill tree here. It looks like we have 2 upgrades. X has plus 40 power for 1 second. Lose 10 less magic before you recharge your Hex. Still like this, though. Maybe not so much at this exact moment. Maybe even the first 2 options. This pierces through foes. Hex deals damage in an area at the end point. That does seem pretty nice. I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to get to the end of any of these in this run, which is why I'm asking, does this carry over? But, I mean, we have 2. We've only had 1 Selene encounter thus far. Maybe we got 1 from picking this thing up, and so that's where the second one is coming from, and that would suggest that it is specific to this run. 2 left, you say. We max out at a certain amount per run. I don't know. Well, we at least started to learn a little bit more about how that works. So we had a lot of questions about that before, so that is nice from that standpoint. May not have all the answers at this stage. Also, that was very clearly unnecessary. We'll take that. That's the one that we don't really care about all that much. Can't use this until we finish the encounter, and at 199 coins, there's some potential there. Do some things. Okay, apparently I cannot hit you there.
Found the bow.
Okay. It's pointing us toward both of the main upgrades. Okay, that's understandable. See, I think that's the one we want. Initially. Let's do it.
This doesn't belong here.
What doesn't belong here? What were you referring to? Is there some really nasty enemy that I should know about? Because that prospect concerns me. Please get frozen. Yeah, this, it's the cast, right? The one that's giving us the circle that we can now aim further away from us, and also has the other damage as well. It's pretty sweet now. I am liking that a lot. Glad that we took that Hestia upgrade to further enhance it, because I had some doubts at the time, I remember. Okay.
Now for what's mine. Olympus, I accept this message.
What do we have? Oh, we do have a fair bit of earth stuffs. How many is it? It's 4? Oh, we need 6, though, to make that work. Well, you have at least 6. You cannot take more damage. Oh, we have seen that before. Okay. When you gather plants, seeds, or mushrooms, gain max... Yeah, we saw this earlier, and we thought the earlier you get it, the better. Wait, your casts also create a cyclone at the binding circle. Okay. I think we do that. make it even stronger.
Cool and brisk.
This, theoretically. Okay, so usually in Hades 1, I mean, there are more secondary type effects that can give you some ways to stack up abilities or stack up things on a specific power, but these are just straight up. We basically have 3 cast upgrades all rolled into one. So usually in Hades 1, you would have to sacrifice one in order to get another one. And we have seen some of that, but I'm surprised that we can stack these abilities as much as we have. You are the enemy that is causing this smoke cloud.
Freeze.
Somewhere over there? Some of you are? Okay, well, I wanted to back up a little bit, and then just ended up firing all of our projectiles over there instead. Oh, that's also not what I meant to do. I just wanted to aim it, not actually charge it. Ooh, okay, don't like that. The smoke cloud dude is getting annoying. Oh, I don't want to be standing there, though. There we go. Now, what? You didn't get frozen by that? Okay. Ooh, don't stand there. That was a little bit close. But we still have, theoretically, a lot of upgrades for this special as well. The damage, despite all those upgrades, it's not been quite as high as I would have expected it to be. I think some of them do require that we charge it. We did spend more mana, more magic than I had really intended.
Focus now.
Although we did just pick up more.
That should have done it.
Is this going to be the last encounter before the boss fight? It might be, because as we were saying before, we get encounters, multiple encounters rolled into one. We've 199. Well, let's see, well, if anything we might want to purchase here. We are down 29 health. This is a little bit overkill. Don't really think we care about that all that much. Cast damage is tempting, given how effective our cast has become. For 5 encounters would definitely last for the boss encounter. Wait, how much is it though? We purchased that, cost us 30. We still have 150, so we'd be able to get a boon here if we wanted to go to the normal shop as well. Is also this other Selene upgrade. I'm not really sure that one more of those is going to make a huge difference, assuming that it just adds one more node to that passive tree we were looking at before. So I think we still go here, claim this, and still go to the shop. I think that's the way to do it. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so max health, that's an option. Okay, if we hadn't purchased the that cast upgrade, we could have gotten this as well. So let's not anticipate we were going to get the random boon rather than the 150 cost for the boon of a god or goddess that you know for certain. So this could be anyone. We prefer that. Do we prefer the health? I was assuming we're going to go for this. Let's take it. Okay. It's more Hestia. It's a fire infusion. We've 4 fire. Attacks and specials gain power for each one of those we have, so it'd be 8. Which is not dramatic, or at least doesn't seem dramatic. The base damage on the special, though, as I was saying, it's the blitz damage specifically that's increased. Okay. That's why the base damage seems so bad, because the base damage has not increased. It's just the blitz damage that has gone up to astronomical numbers. Now I get it. So yeah, this would kind of help from that standpoint. It at least improves the base damage on what would otherwise be a low base damage special. Charge up special also launches fiery projectile, costs more mana. I mean, we're actually a little bit strapped for mana at the moment. This is the sacrifice. It's what, fixed gain? Only had to read it 3 times. Fixed gain. Which one is that? It's not our best boon. I mean, it is potentially useful going into boss fight right now, but what do we get in return? We gain plus 50 max health and max magic. Is that worth 10% damage reduction? Well, it's actually pretty simple math. 10% damage reduction is worth about 11, 12 health right now, whereas that's worth 50. So, yeah, in the immediate term, it is better. This did come with something else though, right? And then we restore magic as well though, and we have... Oh wait, we got all of our magic back for some reason? Okay. Did we automatically get magic restored as soon as we enter a new room? I don't even remember. Maybe that's a thing, and it has been all along and I just haven't noticed. I think we might still take Slow Cooker though. Okay. Can't afford anything else. Just double check for other things we can mine and stuff of that nature. Pick up. I don't think so. Oh, this is a little hint as to what the next encounter is going to be. I was going to say, the other boss fights, we did have hints, but didn't really take notice of any before going to this one last time. But that, oh yeah, and here as well. Okay, that's your hint. That's your hint. Okay, let's go in. How well do I remember this fight? We're going to see.
Feel better, Cerberus, I swear.
Okay, I'm gonna dash through that. Ooh, okay, you also have the Magnet effect. I forgot that you also do that when you still have that active. And that, okay. I'm already not off to a great start here. Last time, we actually did a very good job of this fight, just predicting the attacks, and therefore avoiding them, for the most part. Oh, now he brings out the friends, okay. Which actually can give us ways to stack additional damage, mind you. And now he's getting mad. And he's following up with this, okay? Just get that on so we can get the extra damage to proc. Okay, then you still do that. Oh, I almost walked straight into that. Okay, maybe don't stand there when he's doing his big thing. There's a crit. Okay. We do have a base crit chance. It's not that high, but it does exist. It is non-zero. Okay, don't stand there.
Infested with these things.
Okay. Oh, yep, that's kind of nasty. Oh, that's really nasty, actually. The one that gives us the invisibility. Or, no. The one who makes it hard for us to see. The exact opposite of what I just said. Sort of. One that makes them invisible. Is this server still out right now? I honestly can't tell if he is, or if it... Oh, that's horrible. Or if it's just the friends. Okay, now at least that guy's down. Okay, Cerberus is definitely back, or is about to be back. And mad. Okay. Oh, I thought we had the special ability charged up. Apparently not. Oh, okay. I picked the wrong time to try to get clever and dash through his attack. That was not the right time to do that. That splits into a bunch of different things, right? Where are we supposed to go? Over here. Nope. Bad Cerberus. Bad Cerberus. Don't do that. Okay, pick a spot. Oh, except not that spot. Except not that spot. That was the wrong place for that. Don't go there. Okay, he does also still do other attacks in addition to that. It's kind of a nasty combo on that occasion. Where'd he go? Oh, I think that means we go in, if I remember correctly. Theoretically, that does extra damage, except we might have missed. He's still gonna do other things. Dash! Dash! There we go. Cut it a little close there. Definitely don't think it was as clean as our first Cerberus encounter, but we did succeed.
His true form revealed. Infernal watchdog Cerberus regards the underworld princess with mixed emotions, from purest to joy to deepest melancholy.
Cerberus? What's wrong?
Now calm yourself. It's only me.
There we go. Alright. And this, still don't really know what that does either, but we'll take it.
A narrow victory, but still.
Narrow victory indeed. We will theoretically get some health restored here.
Almost there. Made it back here.
We are back, and I did not really expect us to make it this far on this run. So, as I was saying, just defeating the Sirens one more time was enough for me to consider this run a success. So this is all a bonus, in many ways.
Maintenance access.
Okay, I don't remember if this room still has enemies in it. I always forget. So I want to think that, you know, usually there aren't enemies in the first room on the floor, but let your guard down and you're setting yourself up for failure.
The exposed inner workings of the infamously interlocking chambers of the underworld are a mass of gold-toothed wheels. A never-ending cycle turning at the Titan's sole behest.
Can hardly concentrate with all this racket.
Okay, so we have learned the way that this floor works is oftentimes you'll have a choice of either getting closer to Chronos and the boss encounter at the end of the floor, or getting an upgrade at the end of the room. It's either or. So, you know, do you take the risk of going through additional rooms, getting stronger in the process, and likely taking damage as you do that, or do you just straight shot directly to Chronos and
Eris, thank the gods.
Oh, that's true. I forgot we got that last time as well, and somehow still made it all the way to the boss fight at least.
They'll know I'm here.
But yeah, we'll see how we fare this time, because the enemies in here, of course, some of it was just that we didn't know where we were, or what we were doing. We hadn't seen those enemies before, but they seemed pretty tough. Ooh, okay. No, no, no. Please don't throw whatever that is, your spear things at me. I don't like it. Don't like it when you do that. Also, don't like it when you shoot all of your money at us as well. Right, these things you can theoretically destroy as well, it seemed. Ooh, okay. They do also do some things to harm us. That was close. There we go.
No traitor to the house shall go unpunished.
Don't think we took much damage there, fortunately. Never seen this before. This is something you can mine? Okay. Or if we saw it, we were not able to do anything with it because we didn't have our pickaxe last time. Okay, so... Oh, okay, so either make progress or encounter some NPC who we do not yet know on this floor and could be very helpful. Was a little disappointed with the previous one that we got, but I would have expected, as floors go on,
It can't be. Cerberus.
these NPCs get stronger. It's Cerberus? Oh. Wait. Is that Hades? Wait, hold on. First of all, most importantly.
Stay back. Got it.
Excuse me? I am offended.
Another another tormentor come to break me, or to try. And such a frail one at that. Has the Titan Lord a lack for decent help?
I mean, from Hades 1, let's be honest, we know visually from the art who this is, and the voice is also the same. Also, the song is a very simplified version of... What is this? Is this from the House of Hades? No, this is the death music, is what this is, which is perhaps also kind of fitting, given who this is.
Are you the master of this beast?
One could say that.
The master of this beast? Well, if I'm to be remembered, I could think of far worse ways than that. Though this beast has yet to so much as snarl at you.
Well, I mean, we did encounter it earlier.
Lord Hades, you're my... father.
This is true.
I'm Milinoe. I'm your daughter.
Also, this is weird that this is the first time that we have met our father, or at least, met him while we were old enough to, speak to him. Presumably when we were a small child he saw us, but then the whole Chronos thing happened soon thereafter.
My daughter, Milinoe. Merciful fates. You cannot be here. He shall find you. He'll find you and...
I'll slay him where he stands. He's in the area, is he not?
Oh, snap.
He's in my blasted house. Where you were meant to be, and I. Look at me, daughter. I cannot confront him on my own. What do you expect shall happen?
I mean, I am kind of curious about how Hades is being restrained here. I mean, he's the prisoner of time, which is telling, but he has some sort of shackles on, but he's a god. He's a very powerful god at that, so I would think it would take a lot more than just mere shackles to hold him back. Presumably, they're magical in some way, shape, or form, but how exactly Chronos is holding him here, not quite sure. Also, I do like how, not really sure we ever see his feet much in the original Hades, but he has sort of the fiery, glowing feet the same way that both Zagreus and Milinoe has.
I expect he'll underestimate me. Father, let me free you from these bonds.
Or at least try.
No. No, that would bring greater ruin, nothing more. Now get out of this place. Then let me lend to you what strength I still possess.
Also interesting, Hades, from Hades 1, is not a fan of his son, Zagreus. Thus far, obviously the circumstances are different, because we're sort of the rebellious son, and Hades is still in power in the underworld in Hades 1, whereas in Hades 2, Hades is not in as nearly as good shape. But maybe that's one of the main reasons why he's so happy to see us. Also the fact that he's not really seen his daughter ever before and probably didn't expect to see us at all. But I'm just interested to see, assuming that we find Hades on future occasions as well, how his tone is with Milinoe compared to with Zagreus back from Hades 1. Okay, so Boons of Hades. His is an infernal strength flowing from darkest depths, and he does not give boons in Hades 1. So, Deepest Descent. In your confrontation, Chronos summons fewer Oh, these are all specifically ways to debuff Chronos, I'm wondering? Or at least tailored around that fight in other ways? Chronos summons fewer reinforcements. 50% less, that's a lot. Restore health for 1% damage you deal until you reach the limit. Max total life restored 100. I mean, it's nice, but it is still capped at just 100. Deal more damage for each spent Death of Defiance. We've spent one, so it's a 10% damage boost. If we had other Death Defiances to spend, then maybe that would be more impactful, but I feel like we take one of these. I'm not sure we're even going to make it to Chronos at this rate, because our health is not that high, and as I was saying before, the enemies in here, the basic enemies, are still pretty tough. So might just go for the life tax, to be honest with you. I think we're going to hit that cap pretty early, though.
I'll be back for you.
Don't be a fool.
So he did not explain why it was a bad idea to try to free him, but I'm assuming we'll learn more of that in the future. He still won't!
Ferocious Cerberus yet guards his master dutifully, having discovered him within these depths.
I do like how Cerberus, is obviously best buds with Hades, and immediately after fighting and in some ways freeing Cerberus, because he had some kind of the mud, the curse of sorts on him when we fought him on the previous floor, then he goes and finds Hades. Can we pet him now? He still won't let us pet him! I'm crushed! Okay, well, onward we go. Cool encounter, for sure.
You'll be avenged.
Maybe not this time, but at least I'm not counting on doing it this time. Hopefully on a future occasion. That is, something we'll pull off. That reminded me of those secret agent, like, sneaking into, like, the hidden base situations, those scenes in, like, every spy movie, where you have all the lasers that you have to avoid. Otherwise, you'll either set off an alarm or get yourself fried. Yeah, so the 100 life restoration didn't intrigue me that much because it's kind of like one of the health restoration items from a shop, and that feels like the kind of thing that, I mean, sure, is welcome when you need the health, but I would expect more out of one of those relatively rare encounters, especially this late in the run on the final floor. So from that standpoint, well, speaking of, facepalm. No! Ah! Well, there you go. That's exactly what I mean. Gain 2. Oh, interesting. I mean, honestly, might take those at this point. Just get something more out of this run long term. I mean, if we get far enough, may find ourselves in a super shop with lots of coins we could potentially spend, in which case there is reason to save. We are now at max health, but assuming we take more damage, this could still pay off. Oh, it's also, okay, when I first read this, I thought it said 100%, and I was like, oh my goodness, are you serious? Immediately after that Hades boon that we just picked up. It's just 10, but I think we take this.
Should help.
Which is Mark, which gives us charge up move. Oh, all moves. For a second, it's like, what qualifies as a move? The dash? Okay, for 6 encounters. Well, there might only be 6 encounters until we get to the Chronos fight. I think we still take this.
Couldn't hurt.
And then, oh, this is for this. I also initially read this. I just read this wrong in several ways. I assumed that this was the one where it activates after 3 rooms, but this is every single room for 3 rooms. It gives you 10% health restoration, which means it's doing nothing for the first room. So I think that is definitely a waste of coins, and we do not have any options for this one. We have to get closer. Okay, let's do it. And these guys were nasty. They were one of the primary problems we ran into last time round. In part because they spawned all the rats, although the rats don't actually do that much by themselves. It was mostly the projectiles that these guys throw just have a ton of base damage. It's definitely not going to be the last one either. Well, different type of enemy. Oh, I did not even pay any attention at all to how there might be a trap there. Oh, and those projectiles also home. Yeah, just get rid of your armor at least. There we go. Our damage, when you stack all that stuff in a relatively small room, is not bad. Also, I don't think we've ever gotten one of these before. So that does intrigue me. And we just do not have many options to go for powering ourselves up here. But this is the choice that we opted to make last time, was go straight for Chronos. So, you know, not that I necessarily would have chosen to take the other stuff, but it is interesting how maybe I just took for granted that that would almost always be a choice that we could have. Oh, that shields. Can we still do that? Maybe? No, you dashed out of that area. Ooh, okay. Nope, nope, nope. These guys absolutely can still start to deal decent damage to us. You did not get frozen, did you? Ooh, that one started attacking right on top of us. I still don't really want to be standing right there, to be honest with you. I don't really know what I was aiming for that one. You're down. Nice. Like you to be frozen. You explode. Don't stand there. Okay.
No traitor to the house shall go unpunished.
Anything else in this room? I mean, technically, I don't know if we can actually carry over the damage bonus from taking down enemies recently from one room to the next. Now we do have the choice. And of course, now it's a mini-boss versus approaching Chronos. And I don't remember if every time we saw one of these bonus, or one of these rooms to get ourselves stronger, if it was 100% of the time always a mini-boss, because that might have been a reason why we chose not to go that route in the past. So, yeah, I don't think this is the right time to be trying that. I think we meant to do that. And for that to be the opening move. Ooh, but the rats, actually, those guys spawn, would be very helpful for stacking up our damage scaling. Theoretically. Oh, hello, rat. Hello, other rats. Theoretically, we can stun lock you, and I think you're the only enemy left, so we might just keep it simple, do that. Not the last enemy, the last wave of enemies, at least. There's a lot of enemies there. Ooh, I don't like you. Also meant to do that. Still more? Well, we'll freeze you. I hope you're the last one. There we go. Oh! What is this? We can dig? We don't have a shovel. What?
Carefully.
How did we get a shovel? We didn't bring the shovel. Where did that come from? Okay, now we have no choice but to go to Chronos. I did not expect to make it this far. Just double check what of our temporary things are still active. Do we have any of them? Or are they all expiring just before this encounter? Oh, well, we're going into the shop, actually. Technically speaking. I think. Yes. Okay. So we cannot afford one of those. Oh, let's just check out this.
Here in fathomless Tartarus, the god's cruel predecessor Chronos commands his renegade forces, maneuvering against Olympus whilst holding the underworld in his thrall.
Olympus can't get to him here.
Okay, and we of course are about to make it to the Chronos fight, and we had the option to reduce the number of enemies that Chronos was going to spawn. I chose not to take that one, in large part because I didn't really expect us to get back over here. Although, if I had known that we would, then I might have taken that. Granted, we might have only made it here because we got the leech. So, you know, hard to know definitively one way or the other. Okay, so we can get what is theoretically a higher rarity Hestia boon. we could all, but if we do that, we can't afford anything else. Or we could get a random boon, we don't know who it's going to be from, and combine that with armor, be a little over 200, which means we would be able to afford the extra magic. I'm not sure that's going to make a huge difference, but at that point, why not? I think we might go for that. Unless we have, do we have... Ooh, we do have one that benefits from extra fire boons, and we're pretty likely to get a fire elemental boon from Hestia. Is that reason enough to prioritize this? I still think the extra 40 armor is probably reason enough to make this the tiebreaker, because I think we saw when we took one of these last time that even though it's theoretically supposed to be higher rarity, we still did not have very great high rarity options. So I think we still do this. Okay, it's Zeus. After you enter a location, prime 50 magic to make your strikes emit chain lightning. Lightning damage 10. Okay, how much magic do we have? 134. So we do have some to spare, especially if we're about to pick up more, which I think we probably are. It's more so a matter of, is 10 extra lightning damage significant? Maybe? Divine Vengeance. After you take damage, your foe is struck by lightning, and again, 50% of the time, up to 2 times for 100 damage. I mean, that could add up, because probably expecting to take a fair bit of damage from Chronos. That would actually be pretty hilarious if that is ultimately the thing that kills him. Whenever your Blitz effects activate, a bolt of chain lightning fires from the foe. The Blitz, we have one other Zeus boon. Which one is that coming from? Is it this? Attacks occasionally, create a... No, that's Hephaestus. It's the... Oh! It's the super highly upgraded special. Okay. So it doesn't proc that often. Well, it can proc often if we go out of our way to make sure we're doing it a whole bunch, although I've been focusing a little bit more on the cast as of late, because that's really good. So... Bolt of chain lightning fires from the foe whenever the Blitz activates. It still feels like... that's a better trade-off. I think it's between these two. I think we go Divine Vengeance, to be honest with you. I think we do this. If we're expecting to take a lot of damage from Chronos, I think that's going to add up. We do this. We do not have that much health. Is definitely the downside. We don't have any Death Defiances left. I thought we had the option of chatting with Charon earlier, but apparently we can't anymore. Alright, I thought that was a fishing spot for a second. I was like, oh no, we can't fish because we don't have the fishing rod. But no, it's that's how we get in. Alright, as I said, I did not expect to make it this far. I do not expect to defeat Chronos, although we do have some nice boons. But hey, we'll give it a shot. Maybe we'll be able to mine that. I kind of doubt it.
Welcome back.
Clock's ticking again.
You slipped through my fingers before, only to return and give to me another opportunity to add you to my collection. Did Athena truly get all the wisdom in our family?
And that's probably one of the most significant people that we've yet to encounter. We've not seen Athena, I don't think.
Your collection. You speak of your kin as objects to be put on display. The gods ought to have put you on display after cutting you to pieces, instead of discarding you like common filth.
Oof.
You know, I'm still rather sore about all that.
In more ways than one.
I thought my children would be different. That they would show their elders some respect. But they did not. And my tolerance has its limits.
Also, I'm just noticing for the first time, and I probably should have noticed this earlier, but he has those, what do you want to call it? The ripples of gold across his body, not just his clothes, like his skin has those streaks of gold in it, which I take to mean that is, well, for those of you who are not familiar with the big thing that happened to Chronos in Greek mythology was that he was the titan, the head titan, the father of many of the major gods and goddesses that you've probably heard about, including the likes of Zeus and Poseidon and Hades. But in order to defeat him because, as is often the case with the gods and goddesses and titans, the gods fought against Chronos, and since he's technically immortal, they couldn't actually, kill him, but they chopped him up. And so I think the streaks of gold are sort of to mark the places where he was once upon a time, but sliced apart, and that's his body having healed. Alright, here we go. Here goes nothing. Do I remember anything from what we learned at the previous encounter with Chronos? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I remember there are a lot of things that, whoa, he does that. But there are a lot of things that, he has the initial attack like this, and then there's a secondary attack that follows up soon thereafter. So it's not necessarily safe to just follow up with an attack immediately after he does his thing. I don't remember. Oh. He makes these things. I don't really remember what they do, if I'm being honest. And this is all, yeah, to set up that attack. Whoa. Okay. Vaguely remember that as well. That was supposed to hit you, not really your little thingamabob. Oh, we also have the chance to dodge, which I don't know. I didn't check what percentage we still have left on that. Oh, he teleported as he was doing that. That's kind of devious. Is he shielded when he does that? He is.
My subjects have been waiting for this.
Have they now? Get rid of them. In that case. Technically, that is giving us a source of extra damage when we take out more of his friends. So it does benefit us in a way from that standpoint. Oh, hello! I admittedly did not notice where he was personally for a minute there. So I also imagine that he has two phases, and we have not seen that second phase in that case. Okay. And I don't just mean, like, he has an invulnerability phase and then comes back from not being invulnerable for a little while. I mean, like, full-blown second life bar kind of second phase. Oh, that's not where we want to be, I don't think. That is invulnerability phase that I perhaps was just alluding to? Don't know what he's doing. Oh, that is okay. I honestly was not sure if that was. Oh, okay. That's a several move combo there. Oh, I did not prepare. You are right, Chronos. I ought to have prepared on that occasion. Okay, please move. We can still hit him when he's doing that, it seems. And we should, by all accounts. So you really want to side dash when he's doing that, so you don't get hit by that move, I would think. Don't stand there. Or there. Okay, he's definitely gonna dash, and do that as well, apparently. Oh, okay. I did not realize that he was gonna hit in that entire area.
Of the Golden Age.
Is he invulnerable during this? I think he is. Did I take damage from that guy? I might have. Oh, is Chronos back up himself? Not sure that he is. Oh, and I think that I walked straight. I did walk straight to that. No! Oh, that was bad damage. Want that guy to go away because he's honestly annoying me more than Chronos himself is right now. Okay, now at least it's just Chronos. Oh, he's doing. I did not even see he was doing that move. Nope, don't stand there. No! Oh, that was still in range? Oh, I thought we were just out of range for that. I thought we were positioned for avoiding that hit. He was low.
No, I could have beaten him.
We legitimately almost had him there. Again, I suspect just the first of what is probably 2 life bars, but not only did we make it to Chronos, we did quite a bit better than our first time round, and that cast, whew, it was nice. Little bit of, special took a little bit of a backseat once we upgraded the cast as much as we did, but we threw that one in a little bit as well, of course.
Chronos underestimates me still, which means I have a real chance to vanquish him.
I did not catch exactly how much health he had left at the end there, but I think it was quite close. And if not for taking a little bit too much damage from that that extra enemy that he spawned in at the end, the one with the shield and spear, then we probably would have at least had that first life bar.
Oof, you look rough, if we're being honest, Mel. Want to talk about it? Or at least tell me the juicy bits because I'm bored?
Last night I visited the mourning fields, and being surrounded by that much despair, I think I must have brought some of it home.
Okay, I was wondering why Dora was saying we looked down, because that was, by basically every account, our most successful run thus far, but Fields of Mourning. As we were talking about before, given how we kind of just sprinted straight through the Fields of Mourning and into Tartarus and onto the Chronos fight, some of the NPC dialogues might catch up a little, take some catching up before they start talking about Chronos. So they still need to chat about the Fields of Mourning as well.
Well, why don't I just
scare it out of you, you wretched worm?
Oh, snap.
Hey, that worked.
I know, right?
I like Dora. She's very authentic.
Some spirits of the dead forever wander aimlessly, whilst others, lacking even so much will, merely linger in a single place.
Dora does need to get out more often.
Not happening.
Oh, like there aren't many games or even pieces of fiction that have characters written like how Dora's written, but she feels just very real. Like, I could totally believe someone being just like that.
The fated list of minor prophecies.
Oh. Okay, there was one for, obviously we had already met the Huntress, Artemis, but we only just met Hermes on that previous run.
So it is written.
Ooh, get a fair bit of silver from that. And then Keeper of the Shadows' daughter, the god of the dead, shall reveal a portion of the Book of Shadows. So we have gotten several updates to that. I think that is basically, providing additional lore. We've not looked at it yet, but it was the icon that kept on popping up in the Fields of Mourning in particular.
A matter of time.
So that gives us a bunch of extra bones.
No use.
Okay, just checking. Still can't go there.
You're awake.
We picked up quite a bit of stuff. Maybe not quite as much in terms of other resources as we got on the previous run. So we did not only make it far on the run before this, but we also picked up a bunch of bonus crafting materials as well. We 14 silver. I think the next weapon might cost exactly 15 and only 15 silver. So I'm kind of tempted to deliberately just save silver for now. Although, what does this do? Reveal a hidden glade in Erebus, where you may restore some health amid the gloom. Okay, so like the health restoration rooms that we saw in Hades 1 that I think you do technically need to unlock before they can start showing up. That is presumably the case in Hades 2 as well, and that's what we would get here. Oh, we might also have some plants that may have sprouted at this point. So we might have more to work with in just a minute. I'm going to deliberately save the silver for now, though.
I found him, headmistress. My father. Chronos has him locked away in Tartarus. But I couldn't save him. He asked I leave him be.
I wonder if Hecate has any insights there.
Truly. How utterly predictable of Chronos to gloat in such a way. I regret that your reunion with Lord Hades thus transpired. Though I am gladdened you discovered him. How does he fare?
Well, Cerberus was there, so that's a plus.
I really wouldn't know. He seemed sound of mind and body, and he knew me soon enough. Gave me what blessing he could still bestow. What can we do?
If he asked you leave him be, then 'tis evidence he wishes to remain unseen. Use full discretion and be brief should you encounter him again. And I shall see about ensuring Chronos remains ignorant of your newfound connection.
Okay.
By your leave.
Okay. See what, if anything, other people have to say about this. Oh! You have things to pick up here, or is this just for purchasing stuffs? Still don't really... Oh, we've 3 of them. How do we get these exactly? I still don't really get how the Charon cards work. Ashes, Psyche, the Fate Fabric is definitely the thing that we would be most interested in getting. Needed resource. You need this for 1 or more forget-me-nots you are tracking. Oh. Okay, that's why it's giving us the icon on this. I see. Delivered in 60 wiles? I think we take this.
Shouldn't be too long.
And I still don't think we really want to be trading with the Wretched Broker yet.
Nemesis must have a head start.
I think we just want to be...
A moment.
Oh, yeah, she's gone. I think we just want to be acquiring as many things as we have and not worry about exchanging them at this point, because we're going to have a little bit of a fee to do that exchange, presumably.
You keep the headmistress in pleasant company. She's an important job to do.
You found him, Goddess. Your look says it all, along with my reports. Gave him something to remember you by, I reckon, even if the battle didn't go your way.
I was going to say, it was not clear until that last line if he was referring to Hades or Chronos.
Chronos was exactly where we expected, but I could not foresee his every technique, and my ability to withstand his magic went only so far.
Yeah, I think we did not do as well from a avoiding damage standpoint in that Chronos fight relative to the last one, but I think we did do better in terms of dealing damage. I mean, that objectively is true because we could see how much life he had left, and that was in large part because that cast spoon in particular was really good, not only for dealing damage, but for setting us up to follow up with then specials and basic attacks.
Well, fortunately for you, the old are often rather slow to learn. You run into him a few more times like that, you'll soon know every trick he's got. Though, do be very careful out there,
Although, now I'm remembering, well, there's also probably the Selene boon, which we certainly did not activate during that fight at all. I still don't really... still have a lot of questions about how that works, mechanically, because it wasn't clear. For a little bit, it seemed as though it resets from one room to the next, so you have to spend that much mana in every room before it can be accessible, rather than, you just spend the mana early, save up the option to use it, and then, several rooms later you can activate it.
Aye.
We might have just been sitting on the option to use it, and did not end up doing so. Hypnos. Still taking a snooze. Okay, so these are ready to harvest.
Ready to come out?
And I think we picked up some other things we can put in their place. Mystery seeds. What is this? Poppy seeds. Grow into vibrant flowers. Yeah, was this what we got from digging in Tartarus, even though we didn't have the shovel, which was very confusing to me? We took the pickaxe, not the spade.
Grow and flourish.
Do that. Maybe we do one of each? I don't know. I don't know how poppy seeds compare to mystery seeds. I assume mystery seeds probably have a random, a percentage chance of being any of a number of different things, and, they have the highest percentage chance of being something that's not very good, and then the, oh, what is this? Moon up there. Does that dictate, perhaps, what type of thing grows, or the rate at which things grow? I don't know. But,
Take all the time you need.
Presumably, the rarer things, you still might have a chance for the mystery seed to grow into them, but it's a much smaller percentage probability of that happening. Okay. So let's see. I don't think we did that much in terms of getting the the Ash and the Psyche. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, we have 45. Yeah, that's definitely something. We have exactly 18 out of 18 grasp that is currently being used. We can't afford to increase that right now. So if anything, we should probably be looking at replacing things that we have with something we like better, rather than just adding, because we can't add right now. We have to trade, exchange. Dash is immediate, and your sprint is 5% faster. That's kind of tempting. Set forth each night with one change of fate. You can alter location rewards. So if we don't like the reward in a room, you can basically re-roll it once. Which, there are times when that could certainly be helpful. What else do we have here? Set forth. That's also a change of fate? Okay, so there's several of those. Wait, it's not quite the same. You can alter location rewards. You can alter boons and certain other choices. That one's also more expensive. Charge up cast is plus 40 power. Resort to magic every 1 second. Not loving most of these. I think this might be my favorite.
The Swift Runner.
Can't afford it unless we get rid of something else. Although I don't use the channel very often, I do very much like that it slows enemies down. That damage to foes in your cast. Maybe we can get rid of that though. I do like it, but it might still be the lowest hanging fruit other than maybe this. I mean, I've not necessarily made a deliberate point of attacking enemies while they're in our casts, but that is oftentimes what ends up happening. So you can maybe deactivate that and clear out a little bit of room, but it looks like we could be in need of some additional grasp. Okay, curious. This has not been upgraded. We need to clear 12 more encounters before we do, and I think rank 3 is presumably the max level, because that was the case for Hades 1. And the big thing there is that not only does it increase the amount of armor you gain per room. It started off at 2, now it's 3, presumably it will get up to 4 once it reaches the next rank. That also means, though, that it is easier to sustain armor, and you're only getting the additional armor when you have some armor to begin with, so it's a bit of a feedback loop there. By making it easier to have armor, you are increasing the probability that you will get more armor, basically. We did not pick up any nectars in the run. I think we skipped 1 or 2 rooms that had it, went for something else, so we did not get any new keepsakes. We learned a little bit more about Selene. Gain +1 upgrades for your hex. Okay. I now think I understand what this means. This basically gives us 1 extra point on that passive tree for our hexes. But I definitely have not been making the best use out of our hexes, because I've rarely used them. So I'm not super thrilled about selecting this unless we just go out of our way to make a deliberate point of doing a hex dedicated run. I mean, we should, of course, just in general, try to put a little bit more emphasis on getting more value out of the hexes, of course. Let's see, can we afford... Yeah, it's the axe that requires exactly 1 more silver. That's why I think we do save the silver for now. And the fishing rod... I think fabric is the thing that we ordered from Charon. I don't know where we get bronze. See if we can get bronze from the Wretched Broker, but it's not urgent. Hold on.
Commander, you once held a place of honor in my father's house. So you must know Cerberus, right? I found him in the morning fields, coated in miasma, heads to paws. Was he always prone to uncontrolled fits of rage?
Didn't we ask him about Cerberus last time?
Oh no, he mostly sat around. We go way back, it's just... I kept strategically afar, seeing as he's kinda like a dog and I'm kinda like a bone. So now he's giving you some trouble, huh?
I think we heard this.
It's not his fault. Chronos must have cast him from the house, put him out to pasture. I broke through all the grime and calmed him down, but he may need another cleansing soon.
But he never liked baths.
He never did like baths, just so you know.
I'll get through all that gloom somehow.
But just me, or did that seem to be glowing more than usual? And as I was saying before, Hades 1, when you went to this area, or the equivalent of this area in Hades 1, it would tell you what the furthest room you've ever gotten to was. I mean, now we know that since we've made it to Chronos, that we've made it to the last room, we just haven't completed that last room. I think we stick with what we have here, outside of probably switching over
This has great
to the extra bones. That looks like it's still locked, although we heard Hermes alluding to us going up this way, and Selene sort of as well, so maybe we'll at least test that out next time. But this is, of course, a good place for us to wrap up for this one, and I am very surprised, pleasantly surprised, that we had our most successful run yet. Again, can't guarantee by any means that we're going to make it all the way to the final boss every run. Maybe eventually, once we do get more experienced and get some more upgrades and what have you. But, I mean, we'll take it. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.